Hey guys, it's Jay. I hope everybody's having a great day, staying safe. Before I begin, I hope everybody will like and subscribe to our channel, share us with your friends. We're really trying to grow our channel to help more riders out there become safe and proficient riders with their skills, and just trying to make a positive impact on the motorcycle community. Today what we're doing is we're answering questions that we've had come in from our videos over the last couple of months. I've just taken some questions off of videos, and we're going to go over those and answer those questions for you guys. If you have any questions of your own that you haven't submitted, put them on this video. We're going to be taking questions, and we're going to be doing these videos to answer as many questions as we can, along with training videos. One of the things I would ask is make sure you check out our video on total clutch control made easy. It really kind of explains what we're doing here on this channel to make sure that riders are learning how to operate their bikes with advanced skills, with as little wear and tear on their bikes as possible, using total clutch control. Now, we do use the throttle. We use proper throttle engagement with the total clutch control. And then we add the rear brake to teach you guys how to feather the rear brake and not ride the rear brake. Okay, like I said, we want as little wear and tear on our bikes and our students' bikes as we possibly can. Because, you know, if you're gonna practice for an hour here or 20 minutes there, probably not gonna make that big a deal, okay? But if you're practicing all the time, which these skills are perishable, motorcycle riding skills are perishable. If you don't practice them, you will lose them. It's something you have to practice regularly, and you know, if you do that, you're going to be placing a lot of wear and tear on the bike if you're raising your RPMs high with, you know, improper clutch control, along with riding the rear brake. You're just going to heat everything up. Wear your brake pads, wear your rotors, heat your clutch plates up. We've even got questions about burning clutch plates and stuff like that from followers who have used other techniques that are out there. So we're going to go over that. But right now we're going to answer these questions. We're going to go through, we've got about 12 questions we're going to answer, and hopefully this will help you out. If we haven't covered something that you want to know about, write it in the comments section, and we'll review this video and we'll cover it hopefully in the next one. Here we go. Is the clutch being wide open the same as engaged? Yes, absolutely. If the clutch is wide open, it's completely engaged. It's wide open. This is also engaged. If you're in that friction zone, you've got the clutch engaged somewhat. This is completely disengaged, where you cut the power to the bike to where there's no power going to the rear wheel. Okay, so once that bike starts moving, that clutch is being open. It's being engaged. Once it's all the way out, your clutch is open, just like you're riding down the freeway. What's the difference between the gray zone and the friction zone? The gray zone is as you open the clutch, take all the slack out of it, okay? All the slack is out of the clutch. And now, as soon as I move that clutch, as soon as I barely move it, see the bike starting to move? Right there, I mean, that is the gray zone, all right? Now, if I go all the way into the friction zone, the bike's gonna start rolling a lot faster. Check out our video, Total Clutch Control Made Easy. I discussed that in depth. We use the gray zone to make our turns. As I'm rolling towards the camera, the clutch will be completely disengaged, and I'll just engage the clutch right into the gray zone and make the turn. If the clutch is disengaged, the bike is rolling, I engage it just into the gray zone, right there, see? Now, if I go into what they call the friction zone, this is what it's gonna look like. Look how fast the bike's gonna go. See the difference? See how much faster that is? Now, the other question is, why do I have my hand on the windshield? Well, this is why, to show you it's just the gray zone. That's all this is, just to show you I'm not using the throttle. There's the gray zone. That's how I'm making these turns, in the gray zone. But you don't even have to have the clutch engaged to make a turn, as long as you have the momentum. Clutch is disengaged, just make my turn. Same thing to the left. Bike's rolling, clutch is disengaged, make my turn. Next question, how do I balance myself on the bike? Well, I've covered this question before. I just sit high in the saddle, good posture, head and eyes up, total control of the clutch, proper throttle engagement, proper use of the rear brake when needed, and that's basically how I balance myself, is with good technique. I'm always sitting high in that saddle, always sit high. See how high I am? Let the bike lean under you. Counterbalance, you don't have to have that. See? Just clutch control. All the weight's on the right side, right? I'm going right, it's supposed to be on the left side, right? One of the other questions we get is, do we have classes? We do. We are located here in Houston, Texas. We're actually in Kingwood, Texas, which is 30 miles north of downtown Houston. It's a suburb. We have a really nice training parking lot that we use. We've actually got a couple of them here. We've got a nice Marriott hotel that you could stay in. It's rather inexpensive, but it's really nice. We have eateries here, Roadhouse, Luby's. We have all kinds of stuff, Saltgrass, everything you need. There's a Harley-Davidson dealer right across the street. So we're in a great location. If you want to come train, we have classes at Texas Advanced Motorcycle Training, our website txamct.com for the training. If you're wanting to protect your motorcycle with motorcycle drop guards, check us out at motorcycledropguards.com. And, you know, give us a call. Our number's on the website. My email is j@motorcycledropguards.com. We really hope that everybody's utilizing the motorcycle drop guards to be able to go take those training classes with Ride Like a Pro and Pro Rider. So that's a little bit about the classes. What can I do to develop confidence to let the bike do its balance job? Well, train. More than anything, just train. Get on your bike and train. Learn where the total clutch control is, the proper throttle engagement, proper use of the rear brake when needed. You know, learn how to relax when the bike starts wobbling. Just relax. Don't try to overcorrect it, such as groove pavement. You know, most people lack the skills to operate the bike proficiently for the fear of dropping and damaging the bike. That is the number one thing I hear is, I don't want to train because I'm afraid of dropping the bike. I was just at the dealership this past weekend, and the guy told me that. He goes, man, I've got a brand new bike, but I want to train, but I don't want to drop my bike. You want to train on it, but you don't want to drop it. Well, you can't learn advanced riding skills without dropping your bike. It's not going to happen. I'm just telling you. And the more advanced you get, the more you're going to drop the bike. Why is that? Well, because as you advance your skills, you're going to do harder and harder patterns, okay? More and more control. And as you progress, you're going to mess up, okay? So that's why we encourage everybody to get a set of motorcycle drop guards. You know, for the price, it saves, you know, $1,500, $1,800 worth of damage. They can be repaired, they protect your bike, they give you peace of mind to go out and train and develop your skills to make it home safely. So that's what you can do to help yourself allow the bike to do its job, okay? You do your job and train to ride the bike, and the bike will do its job, I promise. Will the techniques that I teach work on any motorcycle? Absolutely. I've ridden all kinds of bikes. Flew out to Florida a few years ago to record the Ride Like a Pro DVD with Jerry Palladino and Donna. Great folks, check them out. Take their courses. Great way to begin developing those skills, those slow speed skills, they start you off at 22-foot turns and stuff like that. Great course, pro rider, those type of courses. When I flew out there, Jerry said, hey, I want to put you on a DCT Honda. I've never ridden an automatic Honda. Okay, I had a lot of buddies who were struggling with that. I got on it, jumped on it like it was nothing. Okay, I don't understand how I did it. Got back to Houston, and a buddy of mine told me, look, it's because you use total clutch control. You've got such a good balance on your motorcycle and a feel for the RPMs. Same thing with the throttle engagement, you know. You just kind of transition it from bike to bike. I rode some Indians, never ridden an Indian before, took it through the patterns. It's no problem. So yeah, it's just a matter of training and getting your skills down to where you can transition from one bike to the next. So yes, they will work on all motorcycles. The next question is, are my handlebars locked when I make a U-turn? Yes and no, depends on the size of the U-turn. If it's an 18-foot U-turn, no. If it's a 16-foot U-turn, yeah, probably so, okay? But for an 18-foot turn, no, I'll show you. Here's an 18-foot U-turn, okay? My bars are not locked. My bars are not locked. Even to the left, they're not locked. Now, if I want to make a tighter U-turn, I'm going to sit higher in the saddle, lean the bike, and lock the handlebars. That's a full lock. No throttle, just clutch. Just hold my clutch. Okay, so depends on the size of the U-turn. Next question we had was, could I do a video on how to drop a bike without breaking your ankle? Well, we actually have a video that's part of our class that we do with our students. They each get on a bike and they have to drop it. They have to learn how to drop it before we even start training, okay? Because I know a bike drop is coming. It's just gonna happen when you train. If you've been riding 20 years and you haven't dropped your bike and you've been training, well, you've probably been training with very, very limited level of skill, to say the least. If you know, to get these advanced riding skills down to where you can transition this bike like it's just nothing, you're gonna drop your bike lots of times. Just a fact. One of the questions I've also received is, how do I keep the bike from chugging when I'm swinging and swaying it with the clutch wide open? Well, it's all about timing and practice and feel, okay? It's like riding a bicycle. When the bike's chugging, you gotta dip it to get that momentum going left to right, okay? So I'll show you. I'll show you some chugging and I'll show you how to take it out. It's practice and timing, okay? Now let's get some chugging going. Here we go. Hopefully we get the chugging. Here we go. There it is. Now let's take it out. Clutch is wide open. No throttle. There's no chugging. Okay, hopefully you can hear that. The bike's not chugging really at all. Very little. You can feel it, but it's no big deal. It's not hurting nothing. I have 16-inch apes. I think I have less control on turns and maneuvers. What do you think? Well, here's the deal. I have known people who have 16-inch apes who can make tight turns on those bikes. You know, you've just got to train. I would just say that if you don't feel comfortable with it, maybe change your handlebars, but that's something that you're gonna have to decide for yourself, because if you're a big guy, you're gonna need that reach. It's just something that you have to decide for yourself and get out and train with. The biggest thing that keeps people from developing their skills is the fear of dropping and damaging their motorcycles. That's why we have the motorcycle drop guards, protects your whole bike. So really, if it's an issue, get out and train, and if it doesn't work, you'll drop your bike, no damage, change your handlebars, and go from there. All right, so that's something that you're gonna have to work out for yourself. Once again, I hope you like and subscribe. Check us out at motorcycledropguards.com. Also, if you're interested in training, we have Texas Advanced Motorcycle Training. The website is txamct.com. Check us out there. You guys train hard, ride safe. See ya.